What's up YouTube, 8-Bit Andy back again. Now first things first, Happy New Year to everyone. It's been a while since I made a video, we're in 2019 now, unbelievably. So yeah, I hope you guys all had a good holiday period, festive period, Christmas period. I certainly did, although maybe a little bit too much of the Christmas spirit. Easily done. So yeah, first video of the year, and it's a cool one, it's a cracker. I've had a project on the go for quite some time. You may have even noticed it in the background of some of my videos, as it's been coming together over the course of what seems like forever. So yeah, the Street Fighter 5 cab is complete, and I thought I'd show you that today. Sincere apologies, by the way, for the shaky hand cam. I've actually just bought a tripod, which is coming tomorrow, so this will be the last one suffering like this. So why a Street Fighter 5 cab? Well, Street Fighter is the most important franchise to me in video game history. Like when I was a little kid, it was the game. I still remember, I've got so many memories of the game. I'm not going to bore you with too many of them, and I've probably gone over some of them in the past. But one summer, my cousin always used to come down every single year and stay with us all summer. He was a bit older than me, and he had his mum, my auntie, had called up and said, you know, he's coming down such and such. Oh, and he's got a new game. It cost £100. And I remember thinking, wow, you know, what on earth is this game? And he brought down a Super Famicom with Street Fighter 2, the original one, the first one. I can still see that cartridge to this day. It's like etched in my memory. And we spent the whole summer playing Street Fighter 2, and it just blew my mind, you know, trying to perfect playing as Ken. And then not long, I mean, it's hard for me to remember exactly, but not long after that, the arcade that I used to visit over in Dorchester got Street Fighter 2, and it was just forever full of kids playing it. And it was great times, man. And to me, there was just nothing cooler. The graphics, the music, the bonus stages. I remember like when I first saw the car bonus stage, the music, everything. It's just, to me, the coolest game. And of course, moving forward, Street Fighter kind of went off the radar a little bit around between 3 and 4, and I kind of grew out of, I guess. I stopped playing video games for a good amount of time. But Street Fighter 4 on the PS3 really I think it kind of revived the fighting game, the competitive scene certainly, and certainly brought me back in. And I jumped on Street Fighter 5 when it came out, and it was very, very, very bare bones and got rightly slaughtered by a lot of people. But now it's pretty cool. It's still not perfect, it's flawed, but I love the game. What else is there to say? So the original plan for this games room, of which a tour is coming up very soon, I hope. I know I've been saying that for ages, but yeah, I promise it's coming soon. The original plan was to get a Champion Edition Street Fighter 2 with a CRT in it, but it is, I mean, I actually got a Dynamo cab which I was going to convert, but the thing weighed a ton. It's very hard for me to get heavy stuff in and out of my games room. Like pinballs, they have to be taken apart, the back box has to come off. And so I was trying to like rethink, like what do I really want in an arcade machine? And for me, the main thing I want is something I can fight with my mates on when we're having a beer on a Friday night, you know, improve my Street Fighter skills, and just, you know, not have to worry about CRTs going wrong or whatever, or getting the things up the stairs. So yeah, it came to me that I'd seen a guy who built a Cuphead arcade machine, and it was a guy called Zabo's Arcade, and it kind of got me thinking, like, what could I do that would suit me? By the way, that Cuphead's cool. I'd love to build one of those. And yeah, anyway, long story short, I figured let's build a Street Fighter cab. So I'll show you the cab now. I'll stop babbling on and on. What I would say is it's not been particularly difficult to build. I'd say probably the hardest part of it was putting together the shoddy sort of flat pack kit that I got. Nothing kind of fit together quite as it should. Everything needed sanding and cutting back and fucking around with. But it's been worth it. I've had to source parts from all different places. And it's not totally finished, as you'll see in a minute. Without further ado, let's have a look at the cabinet, shall we? Okay guys, here is the cab. Right, where to start really? So let's do the artwork first, because the artwork is pretty slick. I would point out as well that this button layout, old school straight buttons like you would have had on Champion Edition and Hyperfighting. Not ideal. I prefer like the more modern kind of ergonomic way. But it came pre-drilled, and so far I'm okay with it. But that may be changed in the future. So yeah, shout out to Ollie Muddy Music over on UK VAC for sorting me out this art. I'm just trying to think of his website, arcadeartshop.com. This is like really thick, beautiful vinyl. It's like old school, like what you used to get. It's really cool. It was my first time ever putting vinyl onto a anything, and yeah, it was actually all right. It went on really well. I think it's really good quality. I used the wet method with some rapid tack, and it was fine. The bezel art, similarly, obviously this kind of Capcom mesh, you'll recognise that from back in the day, spliced with a bit of Street Fighter 5 stuff. It's pretty cool. Again, putting this on the Perspex, this was actually more difficult. It wasn't too bad, but I very nearly fucked it up. I had there is a bubble somewhere, but it's really hard to see it. I don't think I've done too bad a job considering it was my first attempt. And the Marquee, which is very similar to the CPO. Now, I've lit that Marquee using a couple of strips of 12 volt LEDs that I just got off of Amazon, run the power down the back. The cabinet build itself, it's made out of melamine. It's kind of, I mean, it's solid as a rock, but I wouldn't say it was much fun to put together. It was kind of a pain in the ass. But my brother very kindly built the bottom part for me, and I did the rest. As I said, it's not actually finished yet. There's some doors to go on the front. I'll show you what's going on inside just now. Yeah, so, hold on a minute. Get that out of there. So yeah, it's powered by my mate's PS4 at present. Shout out to Judge Gooders for lending me the Bro Station. Yeah, that's going to be replaced with a Slim just now. This kind of messy wire setup here, this is all going to change. I'm going to have the power supply coming in through the back. I've got to get a hole saw, pop a hole in the back big enough for a plug, and then that will be much neater and tidied up. Yeah, so this is kind of temporary. It's just, I just wanted to play on it after having it sort of in bits for so long. It was nice to finally get it made. Just a few spare parts. So a lot of this stuff came from Arcade World UK. Really cool guys. I spoke to a fella on the phone. He was super helpful with all sorts of bits. Now, in here is where obviously the control panel is wired up. Let's try and show you. The plan was with all of this to do like a full build, like video log or whatever, vlog. I just couldn't be asked when it came down to it. Sorry about the shitty focus. So yeah, it's powered by Brooks fighting boards, which needed updating so that they don't time out on the PS4. That one over there is a PS4 Plus audio, which means I can use a mic on it if I want. I'm probably at some stage going to put a hole in here for a little, yeah, a 3.5 jack. And this one is the cheaper PS3, PS4 Brooks board, but I'll see if I can just hook one out to show you. They're really easy to wire up, and these will be properly mounted when I put the doors on, etc. Yeah, piece of cake to wire up. There's no soldering involved. You can buy a cheaper one with a bit of soldering, but I figured that was the easiest way to go. And yeah, they're super responsive. I've had no issues with those. Yeah, again, Arcade World for all the pre-crimped wires and things. So anyway, I've been busy chatting and not really looking at the footage I'm taking. So sorry about that. We got Samwa joysticks. These are Hori buttons with cherry micro switches underneath. They're great. They're really, really nice. Yeah. So there we are, fellas. There is the Street Fighter 5 cab as it stands. Yeah, a few little bits more to do on it. I'm thinking I might put something on the side. Maybe a Street Fighter 5 logo up here or something. But the cool thing about this cab is it's not just obviously for Street Fighter 5. The fact it's got a PS4 in it means I can play all sorts of shooters and Street Fighter Anniversary. I've been playing a game called Skyforce Anniversary on it, a shooter, recommended by another YouTuber I watch, guy called Bithead. And yeah, it's such an addictive shooter. It's been great fun. And there's loads of stuff on the PlayStation Store. There's like a Capcom arcade beat 'em ups collection, and there's loads and loads of stuff for the PS4 that suits this cabinet down to the ground. So yeah, it's going to be we're going to have a lot of fun with this, and you know what, there's something kind of satisfying about building it yourself and seeing it come together and how it all looks in the end and stuff. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. As I say, the only thing that I may change in the future, I may mess with these button layouts, but I don't know, we'll see how much it bothers me. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed a quick look over my Street Fighter V cab. Let me know your thoughts and if there's anything that you think that I should add to it or change about it. It's been a pretty cool addition to the games room. The games room, which, as I say, a tour will be coming up before too long. It feels to me like it's never finished. Like I'm always wanting to add one more bit or do one more thing to it before I do the tour. But maybe I should just get on with it and yeah, show you guys around. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay cool, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.
I caught Spider-Man jerking up in a boat. So I Wonder Woman comic, then that bionic bitch.